The Guam Motorsports Association making their offer to the Chamorro Land Trust Commission as lease negotiations drag on to reopen the Yigo Raceway Park. The nonprofit organization offering to pay $1,000 a month for 105 acres of the 252-acre lot during a CLTC board meeting last week. GMA Vice Chair John Birch says it's what they can afford after taking into account additional fees like insurance, property tax, and maintenance.
We wanted to keep it as minimal as possible in every aspect so that we can make it affordable for our community to use.
But the CLTC wants $33,000 a month. That number an estimate of the fair market price for 105 acres at 9% of non-commercial value, according to Commissioner David Herrera. Herrera recommending GMA to go back to the legislature for the funding.
Now, of course, you're not going to sue $33,000, but I would recommend that you go back to the Guam legislature that pushed this bill and request that they vote 8 or 10 and have them subsidize this $33,000. And you operate this under that subsidy. You just manage the place.
Lawmakers passed outgoing Senator Dwayne San Nicolas's amendment to the GovGuam budget bill that mandated this non-commercial lease agreement with GMA. As reported, the law also coming with a looming December 10 deadline, but commissioners have a different interpretation.
And does not mention within the law itself to negotiate and execute a lease. So our goal here is to negotiate all certain terms, conditions, and ensure that we agree to both terms and conditions. At the end of the day, we may not agree into anything.
Meantime, Commissioner Jeffrey Iban is finding there were several alarming issues with their financial projections that could pose a significant risk to the CLTC.
The financial projections in GMA business plan indicate a very tight margin, leaving little room for unexpected expenses, revenues, shortfalls, or operational challenges. For instance, even under optimistic scenarios, GMA's annual net income appears to be minimal or non-existent.
Other concerns include an over-reliance on sponsorship revenue, limited operational experience, and a weak community engagement plan. But Birch says GMA can get creative to make sure the CLTC gets paid.
We're not trying to create large profit margins. That's never been the goal. The goal is to give our island a resource, for the island to enjoy.
I'm not against giving the island a resource, but you also have to look at the predicament of the CLTC. All right? CLTC is supposed to be revenue generating.
The motorsports community has been without a public raceway after the Guam Raceway Federation was evicted over non-compliance and mineral extraction concerns last summer. Meantime, the board recessed and is expected to reconvene negotiations on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.